Less than a week ago, you'd have seen my video introducing Ricardo Paterniti's new script for Siril called Veralux HyperMetric Stretch. The Siril community went absolutely wild. Everyone was in a frenzy. They loved it, and many others gave their constructive feedback, myself included. And as such, he has launched a new version, and we're going to check it out right now. My name is Shuin Kashi, and you're watching Astro Island. So let's jump straight into it because I know you're excited to see the new features. So remember what I mentioned in my last video. To get the Veralux HyperMetric Stretch, we go to the hamburger menu in the top right corner. We select Preferences, Scripts, and we have the option of either typing it out, or we can just scroll all the way down and until we find it. But of course, the easier way is to type it out, and it should be there. You click to enable it, you click apply, and then you close it off, and Veralux HyperMetric Stretch should now be available inside of Siril. I've also gotten a few messages on my previous video as well in the Siril community. If you don't see it, sometimes you may need to go back into preferences, and you can maybe try resetting it or deleting the folder, the scripts folder. So try deleting this folder, relaunch Siril, and see if that should help. And then HyperMetric Stretch should be able to become visible. Veralux HyperMetric Stretch. If you don't see it, drop a message down below and let me see how best I can help you out getting this wonderful and fantastic new feature inside of Siril up and running for you. So let's not waste any more time. I have already performed an image crop, background extraction, image plate solving, and photometric color calibration, as SPCC is still down at the moment, or at least the online version is still down at the moment. So as we did as before, we're going to remove the auto stretch, switch it back to linear. We're going to go to scripts, Python scripts, processing, and Veralux HyperMetric Stretch. And as you can see, this is the new version 1.2.1. And just as before, we have the ready to use aesthetic and the scientific preserve version. So for now, we're going to start off with that version. We're going to go across and select the sensor for my camera, which was the ASI 294. And as you can see, we have some new features here, which would have been the live preview. This would have been one of the items I recommended to Ricardo, and I'm really glad that he included it in this version. So we click on live preview, and as you can see, this is a preview as to how to look using these settings, and you can make adjustments when necessary using the mouse wheel. You can scroll, click on fit to adjust accordingly. You can adjust the target background, the star core recovery we usually leave as default, and he has included this here, Chromatic Preservation color grip. Now, there was a lot of people within the Siril community and even some comments on my previous video indicating that a lot of saturation was being applied. However, Ricardo has confidently confirmed that no saturation is being applied to your image. What he did mention is that this is your actual information now being presented. It's just that, according to him, many of the other programs have not really been able to bring out that much detail in your image. But just in case, if you want to bring back down those what people would consider as saturated reds, he has a slider now that can assist in bringing that down. But again, he gives really strong recommendations. Do not touch that slider. But again, it's all it's all about preferences, and you can still use it if you really choose to do so. So that being said, and we've gotten that out of the way, let's continue from where we left off by clicking on the auto calculate log. So it's going to run an analysis on the image, And as you can see, it looks too quote unquote saturated to my taste. So you can try bringing it down. Maybe let's try 1.5, and we click on auto calculate once more just to see the results. Right, yeah. Maybe let's try a little more. Maybe let's try 1.0, auto calculate. Yeah, and this looks good to my taste. And again, you can try making adjustments wherever you like in the target background to see what works best for your image. So now that that has been applied, and remember, keep in mind, this is just a preview. So once that is done, we click on process, and it's going to start processing the image with the settings that we've just applied using the 0.10 and the 5.79 log. All right, so click on close. All right, and again, my background for whatever reason always looks a little bit washed out, so I can just basically go to the curve transformation and make some really minor adjustments. Maybe just bring that down a little bit and in that area, and bring this up a little bit. Click apply, close, and this is just good. This is perfect for me. And again, I have it with the stars included. The stars are pretty good. They are not blown out. They remain nice and small. Up next, I'm going to show you how to use the slider that Ricardo introduced in the script. So let's just go back again. We first undo what we did, which would have been the curve transformation and the hypermetric stretch. So you go back again, scripts, Python scripts, processing, Veralux HyperMetric Stretch. Again, we go back to the defaults. We reload the input to clear off any settings that we would have applied from before. I'm not going to do the scientific preserve. You would have seen that in my previous video. More or less it's the same steps to be applied. Just, there's some minor changes that you can do, that you can do some further adjustments afterward if you still want to do some further stretches and whatnot. That's more or less the purpose of the scientific preserve. So for the ready to use, again, I'm just going to switch to the IMX294 sensor. I'm going to click on the auto calculate. Oh, and we click on the live preview. Don't forget that. You must be able to see what you're doing this time. And again, the image is pretty bright red. Now, you'd have seen just now in the previous step, I would have made the adjustments using the target background adjustments to the numbers. That's more or less the recommended option to go with, to reduce that bright redness that you may see in your image. However, again, as mentioned, Ricardo would have included it just based on a lot of people giving their recommendations or their constructive feedback. The chromatic preservation color, the chromatic preservation color grip, this would also bring it down a little bit. So let's drag that slider, and it hurts me to use this slider right now. Right, and you can see, if you look closely, let's zoom in just a little bit. You can see the changes already being applied. So it's not as bright as before. So even though, yes, you're seeing the bright reds being reduced, in his opinion, it doesn't give the true representation of what the stretch was intentionally designed for. But again, it's up to everyone's taste. So let's say, for example, if you want to bring it down by 50%, just about 50%, you can leave it as is. Run the auto calculate again, just once more. And then we click process. Right, so it's going to be applied now using these settings with the chromatic preservation color grid brought down to just about 0.50 or 50%. So we click on close, and again, this is how it will look using those settings. Let's just do a quick curve transformation once more. Right, notice the spaces on the histogram is a little bit different. Alright, so we're going to bring that down. Alright, and push this up just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, that's a little too bright, just a little bit down. Yeah. Click apply. We click close, and there you have it, folks. This is the new version 1.2.1 of the Veralux HyperMetric Stretch. So again, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this new version. Do you like this new version? Do you see any further improvements that can be applied? Drop those comments. Do not hesitate. I'm excited to see your feedback down below. And as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications anytime I release new videos on Siril Veralux HyperMetric Stretch and many of the astronomy and astrophotography programs that are out there. So as always, I close off by saying, it's not the size of a telescope that counts, it's how you use it. Thanks again everyone for watching this new version of Veralux HyperMetric Stretch, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching Astro Island.